Okay, y'all not going to believe this, but we are spreading out from our usual cooking, and we are trying some recipes off the Goya website. And this one here is a Dominican chicken and rice. We'll see how it goes. Step number 1 is to make a little marinade for the chicken, and it had called for a whole cut up chicken, but leg quarters were on sale for like 79 cents a pound or something real cheap, so we're using those instead. And we got a little small onion, one of them jalapeno peppers. We got some cilantro, and we're supposed to use a tablespoon of this stuff here. Goya adobo seasoning, all-purpose seasoning. I'm not real sure what that tastes like. Let's find out. Oh, that's tasty. I might need a little more of that. And a tablespoon of lemon juice. That's probably about a tablespoon. We gotta stir this up good. I gotta check the recipe, but I think this is all that goes in this marinade, which is kind of weird, because I would have thought a marinade would have a lot more liquid in it, but it shows you what I know, right? Let me check. Lemon juice, onion, pepper, garlic. Oh, I almost forgot the garlic. What is this world coming to? That is just insanity. So it calls for a teaspoon of garlic, but as we all know, wrong. That's probably half a handful. That's about the right amount. And it called for some oregano. But again, I'm just looking at this going, well, it's strange to me that there's just so little liquid in this marinade right here. Ooh, you can smell it too. It smells good, but I expect if I taste it, my face will burn right off. And we're gonna stick it in this bag. We're gonna massage it around on the chickens that are in there. We're gonna seal this hot mess up and let it sit. The recipe says for 10 minutes. And there it went. Now, if you've been playing with the meat, then you gotta wash your hands. Well, and trip on a dog. It's very important to trip on the dog. Now, this part of the recipe is calling for sugar, for a teaspoon of sugar. I'm not doing it. Can't nobody make me. So, next thing we gotta do is brown up the chicken. So we put a bunch of the olive oil at the bottom of the pot, and we're gonna warm this up. Goya, what you gonna do? Gonna cook this chicken, gonna put it in a stew. And that oil is hot. Now we're just gonna brown up the chicken on each side. We're gonna try to make sure we get a lot of this gook in the crack of death between the stove and the counter, because, you know, that's a good place for it. I'm going to turn this down a little so it doesn't burn up too much. And the recipe says to put the lid on the thing and do 5 minutes one side, 5 minutes the other. So even though I'm only sort of halfway listening to the recipe, we're going to do what it said, because, you know, Woofy, Nonna loves you. Okay, now we're going to check the chickens. Okay, that'll work. And we're going to flip them over a minute. Okay. Put this lid back on. Give it another 5.
Goya to Amazon.
Goya to Amazon. Goya to smile.amazon.com. And put Jump for the Rose as your nonprofit, all right? Now we have browned this chicken on both sides. We're going to pull it out the pot here. Y'all remember, recipes are just good suggestions. They are not meant to be followed exactly, because in case you ain't noticed, we're not following this one quite exactly. Now, we got to add 4 cups of water. All right. The rest of this marinade. 1/4 cup of tomato paste. What else got to go in there? Ooh, olives, 1/2 cup of olives. That's the yummy. These Goya olives are they are Goya good. I can't believe how good they are, but they have pits in them, so you got to peel them and whatever it is you do to them. Da, 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 da. Chicken bouillon. Booyah. And now I'm supposed to stir this up good till everything's all mixed up. You know you can't go wrong. You need to get you a nice, good wooden spoon. No got me this one. It's kind of like a paddle. It's a little on the weird side, but hey, whatever, right? It says season with salt to taste. You know, so I got my Jacobs and garlic salt. That's probably going to be enough. It's a rice dish. We'll add it later. We brought this to a boil. You can see it's boiling. Now we're going to add 2 cups of rice. And now measuring of the rice and the water is important. 2 to 1. Okay, we're on the 5 and we're simmering. We're going to simmer this. That's about 5 minutes of simmering. And I just think it's kind of weird that you start the rice like this, but I don't know. We'll see how it works. Now the recipe says to put the chicken back in. So we go in there. Now we got to lower this to low, low, low. And put a lid on it. It says to simmer this for about 15 minutes. So, okay, this has been going about 15 minutes on low. Let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. Now this says to stir it up. Now I do want to see how far along we are with this chicken. Oh yeah, chicken's almost done. Chicken is almost done. Not quite, but almost. Okay, so we're not going to taste the rice because the chicken's not done yet. And we're going to flip all of this over and stir it up. We're going to put the lid back on this bad dog and do it another 5 to 10 minutes. So let's say 5 and see you in 5. Okay, it has been actually about 15 minutes, so let's check us out now. The chicken is done. The rice is done, and oh my gosh, this is delicious. Highly recommend. You Goya cook this recipe. Cook, skydive, have fun, give back.